only way. Most of us know the track season is in full swing right now, and my youngest daughter, if anybody's followed me on any of the social media outlets, you know that I posted photos, statuses, and so forth, and tweets about how she's done in the early parts of the season. She's been very successful doing what she does, and she really loves track. She gets it. She understands track. Interestingly enough, I started to look at that and think about the fact that she loves track just like I love football, and even my two boys, the way they love football. And what's funny is not unlike me, is as they're playing right now, it's their everything or nothing at all. And for me, when I played, and even now as a coach, it was football or nothing. I tried other sports, baseball, even basketball, and so forth, but it was all about football. And again, just like my boys, it's everything or nothing at all. Well, my daughter gets it. My youngest daughter gets it. She understands that, and understands that in order to be successful, she has to give it everything she has. And she recognizes that it's either track or nothing else. We tried, soccer, cheerleading, gymnastics, and she was kind of lukewarm with cheerleading, but really didn't want to do that and didn't even try the other stuff. She only wanted to run track. So I had an interesting conversation about a week or so ago. One of the guys that I'm linked up with on social media said, "Spencer, are you at all concerned that when you post these things about your daughter, you're teaching her and showing others that your message is that there's only one way and that winning is everything?" I kind of paused and was trying to find the right words that I didn't come off snug or arrogant and I thought about it and I said, well, that's my message. That's just it. Winning is the only way. So then he said, are you concerned that that's the message that she's getting? And I said, not at all. And I felt like saying, hell, I'm glad she gets it. Because she gets it. She understands that. And the sad reality is that there are far too many adults that don't get that don't realize that it's about giving your everything and being successful, striving to win and striving to be your very best. Too many adults that don't understand that that's what it's all about. That's what life is about. And then when you have an adult that doesn't get that, what do you think happens to the generations that follow them? What do you think they're passing along? The same spirit of average and not greatness, not excelling, not being at your very best, not striving to be victorious. It's funny, probably at 18 years old, I started learning this and I started got this when I left the University of Pittsburgh and I went to Texas to live with my parents. I worked at a couple of jobs as a prep cook in the kitchen, but then I got my first taste at 18 of corporate America. And I worked for one of the top advertising agencies in the country. And I was in the traffic department helping them assemble the ads and distribute them and so forth. Wasn't doing much, some light clerical administrative work. But I understood it. Because there in corporate America, I saw that everybody that showed up for work didn't get promoted, wasn't made supervisor, manager, VP, senior VP, and so forth. Everybody that just showed up for work didn't receive the accolades of the people that worked harder, the stars in the organization. And though everybody may have gotten a bonus, the bonus was based on your performance. So I started to understand it. And then I moved back to the Philadelphia area, and one of my first jobs here was a manufacturing job. It was a piece rate job, assembly line and everything. So you got paid based on your output, and not just pushing stuff through, had to be 100%. The quality had to be there. So the guys who just came to work and just went through the motions, they still received the paycheck. But nothing like the guys that was getting it in. They was picking them up and putting them down. They were going through the line. Everything was accurate. Everything was on point. There was a difference. So I saw it. Started to understand it. That's what it's about. Now my daughter's 12 years old. And she's far past the point of 5, 6, where everybody that competes gets a medal or a trophy. Kids that show up. And I recognize there's a place for that. And the lower levels, when you're just teaching a kid a sport, then they certainly should get rewarded for just showing up, just trying to learn about the sport. But then it gets to a point where life sets in, and we're past that, the divide, where there's, of course, competition based on the winners are the ones that succeed and be at their very best, and the others, they're not at the same level. And my daughter's at that point. In the 7th grade, at the point where in the next year or so, colleges will start looking to find out who's the track athletes that we're going to build our program around. And they want to find somebody that's succeeding not only on the field, but in the classroom. So she gets it, and I'm thankful that she gets it. And I recognize a couple things. That first and foremost, some of us adults need to take a lesson from her and some of these other kids that get it. Because I know plenty of adults that just wake up, get ready for work, they go to work, go through the motions, come home, go to sleep, and do the same thing over again. It's an endless cycle of nothingness. That's all they do. On the job, just going through the motions. And follow me on this. The interesting thing is, if your career is here, started here, stayed there, going across a flat line like that, you know what else starts at one point and goes across a straight line like that slowly? Yeah, a flat line. Your career is flatlining. There's no acceleration. There's no ascension. You need a jolt. Boom, clear. So you can wake up and start to strive for greatness. Life isn't about just showing up. Everybody that shows up to class won't make honor roll. Everybody that shows up to college won't get a degree. There are things that are required of you when you get there. Everybody that shows up for work won't get promoted, won't move in the organization, won't succeed. It's more than just showing up. It's recognizing you have to give everything, or you may as well give nothing at all. Be at your very best. Strive for greatness. So to my question, am I concerned that my daughter is getting the message that winning is everything, or it's all about winning? Not at all. Because it is all about winning. And there is no other way.